Hey everybody and welcome to my Elder Scrolls Online build video. Today I want to show you my STEM Warden for PvP and hopefully you will enjoy. So first of all, let's take a look. Damn it. At the stats, we are Redguard. It's my favorite race for this class in STEM. So you could use any other class like Agonian, Bosmer, Orc, Khajiit could work, but with Khajiit I have some problems with because stamina recovery isn't so high. You will have a higher crit, but in my opinion it isn't so important to have the highest amount of crit. So you will have a big weapon damage and enough physical penetration in my opinion. So we have 64 points into stamina, 10k magicka, close to 18k out of 0. In 0 you are able to come close to 30k, maybe higher, if you have the Emperor bonus and the bonus that your alliance keeps all, keeps. So yeah, you have 36k stamina on your front bar and close to 38k on your back bar. We have a good health recovery, I mean 500, it is okay. And we have 1.3k stam recovery. It is good for a heavy armature. We have 50k on our front bar, 20k on our back bar. It will increase with, I will show it you later. And we have a low crit resistance. I will tell you why later. We have 4k physical penetration. That could increase because of assault. But if you won't have such a low physical penetration, I will give you some hints to increase it. Yeah. So we run the Warrior Moonstone. It's my favorite, and yeah, you should use the Warrior Moonstone at every STEM class in PvP, in my opinion. So, next step, our equipment. I run 2 pieces Bloodspawn in Infused for a high stamina. 5 pieces Heavy 7 Legion. So we have 1 light shoulder, 1 medium helm. It means we have the 3-piece bonus of the Undaunted. And in my opinion, it's pretty good because we have a high resource pool. I mean, 10k magicka are enough for the STEM Warden if you play wisely. The next set is Werewolf Hide. Werewolf Hide is pretty cool because of the health and stamina buff and of the weapon damage buff on our back bar. We run the Silent Greatsword on our front bar. If you do not have it, but I say you just need it because that the build works pretty good with it. Because the build works pretty good with it. I'm sorry. Here in Nirnhold. Nirnhold is pretty good because of the higher weapon damage. You could also run Sharpened, but Nirnhold is the best. Run at the Sea Cliff. You could run also other glyphs like Oblivion damage, but in my opinion it's pretty good against werewolves. So, on our back bar we have the 5-piece Werewolf Hide set, so it's pretty good because if we take damage and it is mostly on our back bar, if you just try to heal us with burst heal and stuff like that, or to keep up our buffs, it is one way to increase your ulti-gen, and this build is focused to get quick your ultimate. So you're able to get your ultimate in close to 10 seconds in BGs, and in open world maybe 20 to 13, but it isn't a long time, so yeah. Run a one-hand weapon, you could choose whatever you want, and infused with a weapon damage glyph. You could also run stamina glyph if you want, but the weapon damage glyph is the best. Yeah. Next step. Our consumables. You could also use this poison. It is pretty strong because 1700 and 1100 damage, and the stamina perk is pretty cool. You could run tri-stat food if you want, but if you won't play with it, you should use Dubious Camouflage. And Dubious Camouflage is, in my opinion, one of the best you can use because of the highest stamina recovery. We do not need high Magicka, but if you want to play a kind of support, you could use Tri-Stat. But you have to heavy attack much more often. I use a sense of immovability. Oh, I see, I need more pots. And also normal stamina pots in Battleground, because other pots aren't so needed for this build. You could use tri-stat pots if you want. It works pretty good because you can spam Ice Shield against Magicka classes, and yeah. But I play mostly with my stamina pots, and if I try to reach enemy in a far distance, I run my Essence of Immovability because I do not have a charge. Yeah. So, run Dizzy Swing, Reverse Slice, Forward Momentum, Subtrain Assault, Restoring Vigor, and Dawnbreaker Smiting. I will show you other option if you want later. But it is a build I just run since a long time, so this skill setup. Bullnedge, Green Lotus, Shimmering Shield, Shooting Spores, and Healing Figure. If you want, you could change it, because if you drop the mushrooms, you could use Birds of Prey. It is good because you have two pet abilities slotted, so it will increase your damage by 6%. So you will have buffed up a weapon damage 3.8k, and with 7 Legion proc it will increase to close to 4.4k. So it is pretty good. With the Alliance War passive, you will increase also your damage. So you could get a high amount of weapon damage. You don't need some you do not need Shooting Spores. You can also run Leeching Vines, but with Leeching Vines, I recommend that you should run Tri-Stat Food because it's pretty expensive for only 10k. You could also use you could also drop Shimmering Shield or Green Lotus. Green Lotus, if you just run crit pots, it will also work. Yeah. But I love it to run with Shooting Spores. If you want to run the same skill setup, but you want a higher rep damage, you could also put Bullnedge on the front bar and Vigor on the back bar. So you will have a higher weapon damage at all. But I do not know, I just run the setup since 500, 400 hours. So it is in my mind and I could not drop it. And in my opinion, Shield, Sword and Shield, and two-hander are pretty cool. So our resistance could increase to 2.4k, and with our head became close to 3.1k resistance. That is pretty high, but we have a critical resistance only 1.2k. So if you want to change the trade of your heavy armor, you should use impen because you're much more tanky. But yeah, I have my equipment in gold and I need a lot of transmutation crystals, so yeah. Buffed up. Are our stats pretty okay? I mean, 3.3k and 34k critical damage. The critical damage has dropped because of the Merkmire DLC. And yeah, but the Warden has become pretty strong. And in my opinion, you should play Warden. He's pretty good and much better as a Sorc nowadays. So, yeah. Why I play Red Guard is because you have a high stamina recovery, or it seems you have a high, I mean 9%, but you also have 800 adre adrenaline rush. So yeah, I prefer it in my opinion. If you won't run Dawnbreaker, but Dawnbreaker is the best, also against vampires, you could run Permafrost because it's pretty good against big crews, but also Dawnbreaker works. If I start a fight, I put up my buffs, and mostly if I fight against range attackers, I put also up Shimmering Shield, so I will have a high ulti-gen reg based on damage, and you have a high damage in my opinion. See, you need your buffs. And the 10% do a lot more. You have seen in the first part of the fight that the 10% do a lot more. So please use crit pots or Lotus. Lotus is pretty cool because of light attacks can heal you, but I believe you have enough skills to heal you because you can cast Bullnage for free. So if you're under pressure, it's mostly PvP in small scale. I just tried to hide behind some walls and cast my Bullnage. So you can block and cast Bullnage. Also, if you block, Bullnage could increase your stamina. That is good on the Warden because if you... and normally I have 1.3k buffed up, 1.5k. So if I block, I do not... damn it! I don't get any stamina. And Bullnage has been buffed in the last patch, so it is much more useful. If you want to play dual wield, you do not have momentum, so Bullnage will also increase your stamina. If you want, just say it. I could also make a dual wield build, but yeah, I prefer 200. The last thing is my CP. You do not have to copy it because it's only for me to have some yeah, I don't know how to say it. Oh, damn it. Yeah, who cares? So I have 56 points in Warlord. It is enough because your stamina class you do not need so much, but I believe 20% dropped is pretty cool. Also 19 and Sprinter, because if you use the Essence of Immovability, you should take care of your stamina. Also, if you have a lot of as a heavy armor class, but yeah. 40 points in Mooncalf and 40 points in Tenacity, because if you start with an Assault, you should make a heavy attack or a Dizzy Swing. Your best combo is a Dizzy Swing and a Dizzy Swing, Assault who procs ATM, and a Dawnbreaker. It's pretty powerful and could kill a lot of people. So a crowd could be killed instant. And you are pretty tanky also with the low crit resistance. Yeah, it's a hint. 56 points in Tumbling. So I roll dodge sometimes, but you should not do it as a heavy armor class so much often because your stamina will drop. But you could do 5 and will also have 5 dodges, and you will also have enough stamina to block. 59 points in block reduction, because if we need our ultimate, you should block, heal you with Wager. If you do not have stamina, heal you with Natch Bull. Heal yourself with Natch Bull. So yeah, it's pretty good. So maybe you could get some stamina back and make heavy attacks. Mostly if you're under pressure, you should make heavy attacks with shield and board, in my opinion. 43 points in healing and blessed to get more out of the healing. So we will have a big burst heal. And just consider the passives. 56 points in Mastered Arms. That points could be changed because the damage shields aren't so strong currently. But yeah, we will see. 56 points in Precise Strikes, 48 in Piercing, and 48 in Mighty. We do not have points in Dramaturg. If you want to have points in Dramaturg, it isn't so good with two-hander and shield and board, maybe with dual wield. 56 points in Iron Glide to become more tanky, 52 in critical resistance. With the next DLC it will also increase, I'm able to increase my critical resistance with the new 10 points in red. But I guess the next DLC is coming in February or January. We will see. 46 points in Hardy, 43 in Elemental Defender, and 50 points in Thick Skinned. It's because we do not have something to clear, like Purge. So we should consider that Bane of the sword could hit pretty hard, and also fire effects. But you aren't a vampire. But yeah, it's good enough, I believe. And we do have all passive. Yeah, 23 points in quick recovery. Oh damn it! My game crashed. But yeah, you have seen it. Thanks for your attention. If you want to know something else about this build, or you wish to see another one with other class, I do have all classes and magic and stamina. So tell it. Write it down in the comments down below, please. And thanks for the big support. I have increased my social plate ranking from D to C, and I have my views are increased by 180%, and it's pretty cool. Thanks for. We will see us. Bye bye.